Get out of here. Stop singing. I mean, he's not singing right now, but I'm scared he's gonna start again. Do you think that's the end of the song? Yeah, it's getting quieter. Alright. Where is it? Anyway, it's the Mystery Funhouse. We're gonna have fun, mystery, and house. Oh no. Oh, okay, it is over. Good. Get out of here. Then we got Plock. Another day, it's another match. We only have one for today. There was a match scheduled earlier today, but there were some power problems. So we're only gonna see this one. Unless someone signs up or something. And then house are both optional. The fun is not optional. House is optional. There will be fun. There will be mystery. If you do not have fun, you're disqualified. So basically, as soon as you draw a puzzle script game, you're out. So yeah, short day, but it is the start of the week. Do not have mystery, you are disqualified. Well, I don't think we enforce it yet. I from the beginning I thought we should, just like Kuso does it. But I think it's still optional. I think there is no official rule that you have to redraw a game you're not blind to, which I think is wrong, but I'm not in a position to make decisions. I'm just in a position to like make snarky comments about it. So that's what I'll be doing. But yeah, these racers. Take a look. On the right. Oh, I was confused. I was like, I've seen this guy before. And we have. This is a Wizards 2 match. Our first one, I think. Or maybe it was yesterday. No, it was yesterday. Or was it? Yeah, it was yesterday. This is our second Wizards 2 match. Between Flipped663 and MarshMaster11. So, looking at the numbers, Flipped336 has the obvious advantage. That's like 60 times as much. Plus 3. That is just like... I would call it insurmountable. But we're gonna see. Maybe MarshMaster11 has a trick up his sleeve to overcome this. Flipped663 new, but obviously on a win record of 1-0. So that's like a ratio of infinite. That's pretty good. The ratio of undefined, the calculator crashes. MarshMaster11 on the other hand, 24-10 due to the win, which is not as good as infinite. It is merely 70-something%. Maybe that's enough to bring it to a 71 or 72 even. How do we enforce it? Well, how does Kuso enforce it? You just tell them to, and if they don't, and you catch them, they're banned forever. The age of streaming is the age of infinite storage of information. We're gonna find out. 5 years ago, 15 years ago, you posted on Facebook Marketplace how you were selling this game, and you said lightly used. Doesn't sound blind to us. You're gone. By the way, this is like a message from me, not from anyone else. I am very happy with the numbers. Not these numbers, not 663 and 11. I'm also happy with those. Those are good numbers. But I mean like viewership numbers. I'm proud how well the Mystery Funhouse is doing. How well what we're doing here is doing. How well... how good the reception is. These exciting races. There has been already an exciting race for either one of these players. Flipped663 beating YD12K. What's with all these numbers? In Tang Tang for the GBA, which I didn't see. So while I will talk a little to impressively pass the time a little, I'm going to Google it and see that it's kind of looks like Solomon's Key, honestly. But with snow. So imagine that. Solomon's Key. And Zenic Reverie beating... No. Even I'm confused by my layout. MarshMaster11 beating Zenic Reverie in Bunny Bye Bye, a game that Jal made for a game jam, which is... What is it? It's like a... I guess a puzzle platformer. There's not too much platforming going on, it's more about... What's with the music? But yeah. That was a pretty one-sided match. Not the kind of match you would expect against Zenic Reverie, who has a lot of experience. I don't know how the Flipped663 match went. But, I mean, like I said, if Flipped663 can beat a 12, surely he will be able to beat an 11. Like, that's less than 12. Oh, 12k! Oh no, you're right. That's like 20 times as much still. So maybe it's the other way around. Maybe you want a lower number. Maybe it's like golf. In that case, MarshMaster would have the clear advantage. We're just gonna have to see. The game has been chosen. The game is being set up. The download site is confusing. Someone has already downloaded a virus in IRC. Clicked one of those. Download now with our free downloader or whatever. Freedom is invisible. I think that's part of Martin Luther King's famous speech. We go from a really weird song to a really banger song. This is in the warp area, right? That weird meta room that you go to. I've not been able, I guess. I've not been motivated to tune into HDQ yet. But I am curious if there has been anything really good yet. I heard there was an Ori randomizer race, question mark? And also something about a no logic OOT run, which sounds interesting. What does chat think? Have you seen any cool runs? There's a UFO 50 run? When? Is it already gone? I mean, I can watch it back. I have no strong opinion about like, oh, I gotta see it live or it doesn't count. Well, I'm watching it. Is it like all cherries? Not cherries, all gifts? That's like the most AGDQ viable category I can think of. Because it takes like 3 hours or something, right? Oh, okay. I mean, that's fine too. There's probably some really good games like Overbolt would be an interesting speedrun category maybe. But maybe not. I think the enemies kind of spawn on a timer. Then that's actually also... it's really not that interesting. Every year GDQ has less and less long runs. Well, Seems like every year we have less and less long races here. Like there's been one race that went over the hour, as far as I'm aware. And there's so much setup for this, apparently. This is not... like, this is like a console. It's not as simple as like a NES game. Or maybe freeware. It's not something weird. But it's not like the most exotic of consoles. It's not a Commodore 64 or... I don't know, a Wonder Swan. We had, we had that yesterday with some issues. Or maybe 2 days ago. I'm surprised how much issues this seems to have. Mega Duck. I don't actually know what the Mega Duck is. I know for some reason my NT Mini has a Mega Duck core. I mean, that's a cute console. It's like a fat Game Boy. Playdate? Ah. I want a Playdate. I've talked about before how I'm kind of like a technophile, which sounds either hardcore or kind of something you shouldn't say on the internet, but I like gadgets, I like touching things, I like messing around with software and hardware and maybe a combination. And the Playdate looks nice. It looks high quality, I like the crank, I like all the little animations. I like everything about it except the price tag. Like, it was like 200, right? Let's see, I can probably buy one right now. The Playdate is exactly $200. I can't even order it. It's on back order. Too popular. Oh right, it has no backlight. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say instead I bought an analog pocket, but kind of in the same vein, and so it feels even less like worth it, or even more like I'm just buying a similar thing if I bought a Playdate now. Oh, I see one game. This song's fun. Someone just offered me 213 euros on something I put on eBay for 250. I'm not saying it's low, I'm saying it's a random number. Where did you get 213 from? Eddie, do you want to talk about video games, or are you busy? You want to talk about... This theme is so iconic. Boom, boom. Oh, Jamie has a purring cat on his head. I deleted all the pet images from the layout. Hold on, can I think this is gonna mess with everything if I try to change the scene collection right now. Oh, they're not even in there. Yeah, I don't have all the pets anymore. Sorry. Boop, 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 boop. Dun, 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 dun. Right, we are getting set up. We're gonna get this race. Oh, I see 2 streams. Beautiful. I see 2 slightly weird aspect ratioed screens, just how I expect from this console. Which console do you think it is? I'm telling you, it's like not quite the aspect ratio you think. What could that be? Virtual Boy has a weird aspect ratio. GBA is 3:2, that's kind of okay. Game Boy is... Isn't it like 16:15? Or is it 5:4? Oh, the Game Boy is 10:9. Never mind. That's what I was thinking of. Virtual Boy is 12:7 apparently. I've got like a list of aspect ratios for the layout here. And then this one also has a very unique aspect ratio. Arcade, well, sure, yeah, probably. Arcade games do weird things, which I think is really cool. The reason I have an arcade machine here is because it's something so unique you would never be able to emulate it. And I'm a big fan, like, for example, Silent Scope. That's a cool machine. And it makes use of the fact that, oh, they can produce this thing and sell it for like... Or new arcades cost about like 10,000 I hear last. So like, that's possible. And you would never have a controller because the Silent Scope controller with a screen inside the gun would be like, who knows, like 400, 300, 5, something like that. It's just not realistic. So I'm a big fan of arcade machines that do something special. That's why I bought a Waka. But yeah, no, this game is... Oh, I'm the last one remaining. This game is a... Ready? Oh, I gotta reload the stream. Just imagine I did that before I said this sentence. This game is a PSP game! PSP notorious... Well, I mean, not that notorious, but to me notorious for its 30:17 aspect ratio. It is not quite 16:9. 180 times 272 pixels. So yeah, we got Motorstorm, which is a, as far as I know, PlayStation exclusive series that lasted all the way through PS3. Maybe more, maybe less, but that's the ones I know about. Oh.
Hi, Marie. I've jumped in to apologize to our racers for what I'm about to do to them.
I mean, Motorstorm is cool.
The game is cool. We are very specifically going to be playing on the bike in a game that is otherwise icy and snowy at times.
Oh. I played like a PlayStation 3 one that I won at Gamescom. It was mostly like dune buggies.
Yeah, exactly. So the general thought process with like what I was looking for like racing games that aren't car games. And I was like, okay, if we can look at like a snowmobile game or something, that would be cool. Then I found this game and I went, oh, this game has all these different vehicle options. And one of them is faster than the other ones. And so we're going to be using the Wasabi Katana, which is not the appropriate vehicle for about half of these levels.
Did you hear that? That was the Queens of the Stone Age, which is bad for us.
Oh, yeah, you're going to want to put on some different audio. It's going to get DMCA'd.
I mean, it's a good song. I like Queens of the Stone Age, but
Yeah, if you haven't played this game, it's very much in the like Tony Hawk sort of like we are going to play the music of 2006 for
I mean,
you,
hell yeah.
and which is great. But unfortunately for the stream, you guys don't get to jam out.
This looks really good for a PSP game.
Yeah, it really is. I have a suspicion it was probably also on things like the PlayStation, probably PlayStation 3 even. So that it's able to be on the PSP.
This released basically at the same time on the PlayStation 2.
Oh, PlayStation 2. Yeah, okay, makes sense. So the reason that setup took a while is to emulate this is actually it is too good for the PSP. Whew, what a jump from Flipped. Oh, and it for some reason didn't land it. Is there's like graphical stuff that happens. The boost bar looks really silly if you don't do these little fixes.
It's like a little hex.
Yeah, exactly. But our players eventually got there once I realized that my pastebin was lying and trying to get them to check a box that didn't exist.
I mean, this is a common thing. Like, as soon as you're like, I don't know, 2 years in MT, you start to have a distrust for the pastebin.
One thing I did consider with this race was just saying you are not allowed to get last.
I would have liked that.
As a goal. The issue is, I think, like the times that the opponent vehicles come in is a little bit variant, so I just didn't put it as a suggestion.
But they're not perfect drivers like FFAO.
Yeah, exactly. But the reason it would have worked is this game on a bike, this is the easy level as far as I'm concerned, but the bike is already quite uncontrollable.
Can you fall off?
You can definitely fall off. You respawn. But to go fast in this game, I think on the first lap, you're really just kind of sight reading.
Ouch.
And on the second lap, you might be able to find some shortcuts that you saw in the first lap.
Yeah, that's
like,
I like that.
MarshMaster just getting bullied there, like, did something very reasonable, and the game's just like, nope, you crashed.
I was gonna say we're very synced up, but then MarshMaster died.
Oh yeah, I should probably.
Oh.
You should probably mute the stream.
Yeah. Here you go.
Ah, thank you.
Alright, so
Aww.
Flipped663. A slightly better time.
Yeah, I think this game. So, I'm not a huge fan of just like handing somebody a racing game without it either being very difficult, which I'm kind of forcing by giving them the bike, because we just see two people finished right about the same time, and that's probably going to happen the whole time. Like, this is racing games, by virtue of being racing games, are always going to take a similar amount of time to finish a course for both racers, so we should have a close race.
Yeah, I agree with FFAO, this does look fun.
They're going so fast.
Whoa.
So the boost bar, we don't have the audio in because of the DMCA music, but the boost bar, when you go to full fire, just starts beeping at you, and if you overdo it, you will explode in a fireball.
Alright. So the boost bar fills up as you're boosting?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
And in general, I think you want to either do it on straightaways where it's just not risky, or kind of save it a little bit, because it does feel like there's some jumps that you just really need to boost to make. I think the bike being, like, as far as I can tell, like the fastest vehicle means you can probably make most jumps without boosting.
I would experiment with boosting right after a turn. Like, literally, I turn, and I'm done turning, I will immediately boost a little.
Flips just right in the wall and not being punished for it. I love it.
Guy driving a dump truck. Is that guy part of the race?
Oh yeah, you can race with 10 dump trucks. You can race dump truck versus 9 other vehicles. This game has options that I've reduced to make sure that both racers just choose the stupidest vehicle to drive this course with.
There's not much ice yet. I was promised Arctic Edge. This is more like Mad Max.
We'll see all the courses. So they're gonna do two laps on each, which is thankfully the default, so they don't get destroyed by a menu boss.
Oh, that would be awful. You like mash through the menu. You're not super sure how the timing worked on the delays. Oh my god. Flipped is dead. The race is over.
I will know these guys are driving faster than I did. I when doing testing on this, I was like, oh, this is silly. I need to be generally conservative so I don't just crash constantly. That being said, both racers in position first to 10 is a good sign for the racer that they're doing something right. They're at least beating 9 bots, which means that they might also be beating their opponent.
Flipped663 has slightly extended the lead by like 5 seconds.
Which, I mean, menu boss, you gotta be careful for, man. 5 seconds here on the menu might be the whole difference in the race.
Yeah, there's like important things when it comes to menuing. Like in this case, there's a track select where you go to the next track. Do you have to go all the way from like a default, or is it the next track always?
It's always, so we're just cycling through.
Yeah, but like, does it save where your cursor is? And that's the kind of thing you have to figure out quickly. Oh. No save states. I mean, also no wasting time by accidentally opening the save state menu. MarshMaster is taking the lead thanks to the menu bus, the emulator menu bus.
Yeah, I have no clue what he clicked there. That implies keyboard, which...
It could be like R2 or something.
Yeah.
The PSP only has one shoulder button set.
Okay, MarshMaster found the big jump, and of course the big jump will be faster, right? I don't know. There's no way to know.
It's like in Trackmania. Being in the air is always bad. You always want to be on the ground because that's where you got grip and thus acceleration. But like if you can boost in the air, maybe that's faster.
I think these racers might figure out sooner rather than later that the main time loss isn't going to be which path they take. It's going to just be crashing.
It looks pretty... like the tracks look linear enough, I would say.
Yeah. Where did that truck go on MarshMaster's screen? Just flew off and become a fireball.
That's what trucks do.
We can tell MarshMaster's doing better on this course, which he needed to make a small bit of comeback, just simply by the fact that his position, he is not having to deal with all the dump trucks and crap on the course while he's in position 1.
Oh, that's fair, yeah.
It is otherwise hard to tell who's winning because they are often taking slightly different paths. Yeah, MarshMaster's gotten a lot of control here that he didn't have on, say, like, the last course. He's feathering a lot better.
Okay, that was fine.
I am on my lunch break, by the way. I will be rolling out momentarily. I just really adored this game. I'm very happy that I found it and got to actually play it, because not only was it like fun for submission, but like I did actually genuinely enjoy playing this game. Flipped! Oh, I think he manually took the respawn there.
I mean, good choice, I guess. Could have turned around, but why?
Yeah, I'm not sure he actually died there. I think he might have just clicked a respawn button and just went,
Yeah, no.
I think I'm dying, so I'm gonna respawn.
Also, it was just faster than turning around. This was out first.
We got menu boss number 4. I believe there's like 12 tracks or so. I'll see if my pasteman said. Yep, all 12 courses.
Marsh is nearly exploding every second. There's like an interesting thought, like does the boost bar empties faster if you have more heat stored up? That's something.
It's a good question.
Yeah, that's something you have to figure out when you're racing this. Is there like a point to always maxing it out and kind of like pressing it in a rhythm? Probably not, from what I've seen. But it's worth, like, investigating when you're racing this.
Yeah, you want to be okay, traffic.
MarshMaster got absolutely wrecked by that guy. That's a red card.
Yeah, I think he was already going into the wall, but that guy also had already been in the wall.
Oh! Where you going? Oh! Oh!
You can see him also hitting fireball mode here. Just trying to accelerate to gain back his momentum after... Oh god, where are you, Flipped? This game is much more reasonable if you're not on the bike,
MarshMaster keeps getting wrecked by this America car.
Oh, wait, you have it. So we can see that MarshMaster just ticked over a minute on this course, while Flipped is like 15 seconds behind. So, other than what's happened on this race, we can generally tell.
We know exactly 17 seconds are between these racers. Oh my god, Marsh, what are you doing?
No, airtime, absolutely not the decision here.
I think Flip is catching up a little at least.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
MarshMaster's
maybe
just,
not.
Oh. Well, he's just done a flip. Yeah, so there is, I think, a huge benefit in being fast in this game, and that you get to just get rid of the other drivers. You do appreciate them early in a race, because they kind of just lead you down a correct path.
Yeah.
But there's also incentive to just not take their path at all and not have to deal with them. You can just take one of the potential shortcuts.
Oh wait, Flip just took the lead.
Yeah, they're in the same pit.
Yeah.
Quarry, probably? Oh, MarshMaster. I don't know where you're going, but it's not that.
It's a place. It looks like one of those fortresses from Shadow of War. He's doing a finish. First place for Flipped, fifth for Marsh.
Yeah, these guys are consistently getting... Oh no, free fireball going into the...
Oh, got it!
Yeah, let's go!
Awesome!
That's the sickest play I think I've seen in MT so far. Just exploding yourself over the end. Brilliant. I think there's something to be said. We had a race where one of the players, I believe you commentated it, was not flipping their controller or didn't have the, so they were just playing sideways for.
Yeah, Wonderstorm, Klonoa.
And that he won that race is still insane. But for moments, exploding yourself over the finish is just brilliant.
Same spot again. So MarshMaster is caught up again, those 3 seconds that he was behind going into this race. Pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's gonna be close by default.
Yeah.
And I think if we had just a crash counter, I would not be surprised if the player who crashes like least is the winner.
Okay. Fine. They'll be so synced up. It's like they're racing each other. Oh, it's like.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, the resets are pretty nice in this game. They're really fast. Like earlier when Flipped663 was flipped on the track.
Mm-hmm.
It's just instant right where you were.
Yeah, you can tell that you're losing time because you'll usually drop back a few positions. Just most times that you crash. MarshMaster does the unforced explosion, this time not over the finish line.
Oh.
That was a perfect sync. These guys are literally tied.
We are so, like, they're gonna crash into each other if they don't look out. But Flipped has like this wall of vehicles in front of him.
Yeah, MarshMaster on the same place on the course is in first, because he got into this course later, is actually a few seconds ahead of presumably the AI.
Oh yeah, it makes sense.
Maurice, from your perspective, would you like use the AI and just follow them on the path they're taking because you know it's a real path, or would you actively avoid them and take any shortcut that...
That's a good question, right? Maybe in lap 1 I would follow them more, or if it doesn't seem like I will catch up right away. Like right here I could follow them on the left side for Flipped. because they were still far away. But right now, I would try to avoid them.
Our racers are having to make a lot of really quick decisions where they're just seeing these intersections, and sometimes they just run into the wall because they don't choose either of them.
We're so synced up. MarshMaster like respawned and like a motorcycle overtook him, and I was like, oh, that's flipped.
Okay, this song we have on sounds
this
more
fits.
like This sounds more like what you have in there. What's your favorite like DMCA soundtrack, and why is it just Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 or 2?
It's Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 or 4. I'm a 3 or 4 guy.
I like Guerrilla Radio.
Actually,
I don't know any of the lyrics. I don't know if that's the name of the song.
Yeah, Guerrilla. You mean Rage Against the Machine?
Yeah, lights out Guerrilla Radio.
Yeah,
Turn that stuff up.
Turn that shit up.
And then it might just loop that for 20 times. That's all I remember. Just doing Warehouse and Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2.
Also, I changed my mind. SSX3 is the best soundtrack in any game.
This is what I thought you'd say, and but I primed you for saying Tony Hawk.
Yeah, you like put a word in my mouth, so I forget about SSX. It didn't work. Multicolored pollute. Oh no.
Sick drift there from Flipped.
Yeah, that was pretty good. We are almost synced up. Flipped is like 1 second behind.
Okay, MarshMaster has the option to not go anywhere near these fools, and they are exploding, and he gets away with it.
Marsh is getting rammed from behind.
It's a bit surprising. I'm really under the impression that the bike is just the fastest on the straightaways.
Oh, what? What?
I think you over-accelerated and became a fireball.
I thought it was like the car over-accelerated, became fireball, and took him with him.
That's very rude. We have to be a little bit careful with these kart racers, that it's not just like heavy rubber banding. Like, we've raced, I believe, Mario Kart for, I'm gonna say like the GBA or something. And the idea that somebody could win a race because of a blue shell or something is always just a bit intimidating for me. But in this game, I feel like the obstacles are equally unfair for both racers. If you run into the dump truck, you could have
fine. I have no problem with this.
You could have gone on a path that doesn't have the dump truck.
It's not as bad as Daisuke Baiku or whatever it was. I think it was a GBA game which we played in Racing Grand Prix. And man, that game was brutal with the items that your opponents would use.
Okay, menu boss.
It was fast manuing by Flipped.
I mean, it's necessary, right? Like, there's just not much time to be saved in a racing game unless you have a restriction saying if you have to win the race. What happened there?
Marsh skipped the countdown.
That's going to
or
win
like
the race.
Like the intro camera angles. That was like 4 seconds times 12. That's almost a minute. Should have said 5 seconds.
He drove into a pit, but
it's a shortcut.
Yeah. I'm not sure there was much MarshMaster could do there.
I mean, that's huge. 5 seconds or so per race?
Yeah, and we're on, like, say, I think race 6 or 7.
6 sounds right, yeah.
Yeah, he can do that another 6 times. Which, I mean, they've been within 10-15 seconds of each other the whole race, so...
Yeah, that's twice that much.
Yeah, assuming MarshMaster did something, I think... I mean, it's not precisely what you expect when you have Mystery Tournament to win on menuing or win on finding a cutscene, but we've seen plenty of racers just fail to skip cutscenes for no reason.
We had the infamous race in the Fireman SNES, where you can skip dialogue with the select button. The pace been told them, but it's just something you can easily forget because who the hell presses select?
Yeah, I was watching the VOD of my race, and even just the idea that you had to press A to, like, move the dialogue along, but you could hold A to make the dialogue go faster.
Oh, was that the Game Boy Advance game? Denken.
Denku blocks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Denken
Denku
blocks.
And I mean, I'll take a few seconds. If you're gonna give me something, I'll use it and abuse it. MarshMaster is getting clipped by these cars, in a way that I think he's been faster on this course, but yeah, okay.
Oh my god, Flip got murdered!
But the fire truck, what is it?
It's a dump truck.
Oh, that's not fair.
The dump truck
Okay.
like made a wall by driving into the wall. Tremel's saying that it did say press X to skip the intro. So this is really unflipped to see that and react appropriately.
I mean, I didn't know about it because otherwise I wouldn't put it in the paste bin.
What do you mean? The internet says it's in the paste bin.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I thought you wrote the paste bin.
Oh, it's in the paste. Okay.
What?
Yeah. I just thought Strample said.
Are you a
that.
fraud? Are you the real Pont noob?
I did change my profile picture to be more deceiving. I'm just a chicken now. Okay, MarshMaster is living on full boost all the time, by the way. And I think the logic behind it would be if you live on full boost and then you let it go down when you're just airborne, you're generally maximizing. But it isn't the way I approached this game, at least, because I liked using it on straightaways and stuff.
Ah, Flip's just crashing and crashing in like easy spots in theory, but just like unlucky with how the terrain is throwing his bike, basically. It's a lot of time lost.
The bike is silly, and you just have to treat it very carefully, and then the game will still crash you once in a while anyways. Because we have to somehow make sure that a dump truck is able to race with a fast motorbike and cars that are clearly made for this sort of terrain.
Yeah, if this was a real race, I know who I'm betting on.
I'm not 100% sure, by the way, what the difference in the physics are for the different terrains. It felt, when I was racing it, like that they were different, but it's not like a super punishing snow or ice.
The loading screen tip was talking about how terrain affects your handling. But there is a difference.
Yeah. Have we had a snowboarding game? You mentioned SSX, and now I'm just thinking.
I have submitted SSX All Peak Race. Which was hard, because All Peak Race has a timer, and if the timer runs out, you just fail. So I had to write like a gecko dolphin sheet just to disable the timer.
I do feel like the amount of work that submitters put in to just make sure that something is raceable is often commendable. Okay, welcome to what looks like a full snow level. This is not a Motorstorm Arctic Edge song. Okay. Maurice, I'm gonna head out because otherwise I might lose my job. So,
Oh, I mean...
unless somebody else jumps in, I wish you the best.
Yeah. Good luck on your job.
Oh no, I'm still gonna be watching this anyways. Let's be real. But I'll talk to you later.
Yeah. What's Marsh doing? There is a like Standing Reverie has not timed in the race to see what's going on, but what's going on? I didn't see anything. Also, yeah, the Minecraft music is the polar opposite to the fitting music we had earlier. Baited by dot time? I don't think so. Had to step away for a bit. That grounds for retime. Not my decision to make. And what's going on? Why am I not lighting up green? Is it because I'm alone in here? Hello? I mean, I know you can hear me, the bar is moving, but Discord thinks I'm not talking. But I mean, whatever. Let's see how this is going. Flipped is obviously ahead now, but who knows if Flipped is ahead. I don't even know if this is a retime. I'm gonna assume it is. We have been very... Oh, now Flipped is stopping. No! Keep going, bro. What the hell was that? Oh, I think Flipped has hit the, like, L2 or something, which has disabled the frame limit. We are going very fast. But the game isn't running faster. What did Flipped press? The race is falling apart. Noob leaves for like 5 seconds, and everything is wrong. I don't even understand, like, it's not fast forward, is it? He was moving fast while the timer was going regular. Did he, like, we did use cheats in order to fix the emulation bug. Maybe there's like a cheat that makes you go 500 miles an hour? Or 700 kilometers an hour? Oh, there we go. We're back to normal. Good luck retiming that. Accidentally fast forwarded. It's not even his fault. It's the problem is that PPSSPP binds weird things to buttons by default. And I don't know why it does that. It's so annoying. This is a jam. It kind of fits too. Like, kind of snowy. When you go through a corner and you just overtook the dump truck and you're kind of going slow through the corner, I would be so scared that the dump truck is about to dump into me. It is Alpine. Song, or like is it from a game called Alpine? Oh, this is from Ahead in Time. PPSSPP finds mouse click to call mom. Oh man, I hate when that happens. I'm just trying to play GTA Vice City Stories. I accidentally call mom. So let's assume that both of these retimes are roughly the same. In that case, MarshMaster would be like 10 seconds ahead at this point. Let's see if Flip skips the cutscene. Press X to skip. Yeah, there we go. Just press X, forehead. Boom. Into number 54. The chasm. Where's Myth when you need him? Oh! You couldn't see that there was like a ramp there. It flipped, hit it really bad. Rolled 90 degrees to the left and hit a wall. A hang glider without a person. This game's wild. Oh my god, Marsh, don't fall off the map! He fell off the map. Crashing just takes a lot of time. Is there a button to reset yourself? There is select to reset to track. Maybe you can press it at any time, so you could press it before going off the map or into a wall. That's something I would be trying out, but maybe it's like Mario Maker or whatever, where it doesn't let you quit the level while you're in the air or going too fast or something. Get out of the way, stupid bulldozer. Woo. Oh, rough landing for Flipped. Where did that car come from? Rough landing for Marsh into the dump truck. Final lap and MarshMaster explodes. This is Pokemon. This was Pokemon video game music master quiz. I would have not guessed that. I forgot these games even exist. This is Pokemon X and Y. Those are Pokemon subtitles that I forgot existed. So Flipped is like one curve behind. Flipped is making up time, I believe. Especially when MarshMaster jumps off the map. Whoa. Nice. Whoa. Forgot for the Cessna. It is. I like the tracks, honestly. The tracks look a lot of fun. Oh, we're in the same turn. The chasm turn. Have you ever watched like Bob or Luge at the Olympics? Every turn has like a name. This turn is the chasm. Oh, we're Flipped is ahead. Maybe. Flipped is at least on paper inside the game right now ahead. Let's see if so. Zenik did like .time for all the issues, which is not like binding because maybe he did it late or early or who knows. But the time difference, like the pause time for MarshMaster, was 52 seconds, and the one for Zenik, the one for Flipped, was. Don't leave me. 35 seconds. So if we take those by face value, which we shouldn't, but I need something to talk about that makes me sound smart, then MarshMaster would have more of a retime. About, let's say like 12 seconds? Oh! What's the difference in the race time? It's about 12 seconds. What a close race! Is Halo again? This is Halo again. We were listening to this just yesterday. Turgible talking about the luge accident that he saw as a kid repeatedly because they kept showing it. I remember you telling me about this. Oh, that's a bad crash for Flipped. Also, not very efficient on the press X to reset. Oh my god, the snowmobile is rolling. The roll mobile. Oh, Marsh, where are you going? That's not the track. What? How did he fall off the bike there? He was like going back on the track and there was nothing in the way. He just suddenly fell off the bike. Final lap for Flipped. I would say this is like track 10 or something. I did not keep track of the track, but I don't think I'm too far off the track. Bad crash for Marsh. Actually, not. I don't think he even crashed. I think he was like weirdly turned around and then reset in midair, which I love. I feel like if someone mastered the early reset before a crash happened, that's like a race winning difference. Noob saying Vertigo is the last track. Well, this is kind of Vertigo. Look where Flipped is going. This track is probably called Northern Face, because there was a big sign that said Northern Face. Be careful! MarshMaster was dying. I think Flipped is well, that's the goal line, so don't need to worry too much about your landing. MarshMaster is falling behind, I think. I think he's losing, like he's exiting this map with a higher difference than they entered. We will see once MarshMaster enters the next track. Ouch! Ouch! Oh, and that's a crash, that's bad. That would have been the perfect time to reset. Like, you hit a wall, you're flying all over the place, but you are not in the crash state yet. You're probably gonna hit a wall, you're probably gonna hurt. And that's also not where to finish it. Reset. Oh, Flip just gets murdered by this Warthog guy, and then the Warthog gets murdered by the dump truck. Retribution! It's like Tom and Jerry. We are Jerry. Anyway, I missed it, but we know it's about 31 seconds, based on math. I missed the name, but I think that sign said something like Snowed in Canyon? Snow God Canyon, sure. Why not? So I'm curious how the retime is gonna shake out. Okay, chat, what is this from? Because I have no idea. Could be anything. Final lap for Flipped at 1:42. Oh, Marsh is moving towards the Snow God Canyon. I also like how long these tracks are. Like 1:42 per lap, that's pretty good. And 12 tracks. And like every map is just filled with stuff. It's not like there's any long stretches, really. But here we go, 1:42 for Marsh. Not in lap 2 yet, so we're losing time again. But how much are we losing? Quite a lot, isn't it? This is like 13 seconds. So 13 seconds lost in MarshMaster just in lap 1 of the Snow God Canyon. Which, as we've learned, is the penultimate track. Oh, Marsh hit some menu stuff. I feel like next time we have like a PSP game, just tell him to unbind everything. This happened to me too, by the way. I played that one game where you hit the guy that was spinning. And I also had problems with the inputs just being weirdly set by default. Just like clear everything and start fresh. Oh, first start done in chat by so much fabs. A whole track ahead. But here goes Flipped663 finishing up race number 11 out of 12. The Snow God Canyon could not stop Flipped. Has been able to kind of stop Marsh if we compare the times. Here we go, Vertigo. What is... oh. Whoa. Thought Flip was gonna die from that. Alright, let's see, Marsh. That was a better lap. I think that was 155 for lap 1, so that was actually a really good lap 2. Jesus, Flipped is dead. It's over. Never mind. He's back on his bike. Whoa! This... what? What just happened? Flip was going over like an ice bridge that was breaking down. And then like he started like jittering around and like clipping into the wall and zipping like he's playing Zelda 2 or something. Oh my god, Flip, where are you going? Press the reset button. If you can. Maybe I'm shouting at a wall here. Wall you cannot move because you cannot reset in the air. Not done by half beastie. This is where the nerves start to get to you. At least to me. 2 players dot dunt? I'm awful. Bad landing by Flipped. Bad landing by Marsh, but it didn't matter. It counted. Whoa, Marsh blew up. I once again think that the car blew up. Look, the car blew up. I think the explosion of the car overboosting took out Marsh. Final lap for Flipped. That was a 152 lap. 53. Let's see where Marsh is standing. In theory, 33 seconds behind. But we know that there's a retime, and it may fulfill those 33 seconds. Oh, Flipped. Hit the entry to this curve really badly, but it still worked. What did I say the time for Flipped was? I forgot. 53 or something, and in which case Marsh would be faster right now. Oh, and hits this one way better. So that's more time saved. I think this race is really close. Oh, Marsh got turned around literally and immediately hit the reset. Good thinking. And then, once again, hit like a wall. Didn't actually crash, but resetting was just so much faster. I think this race could have been decided by a really good usage of the reset button. Yeah, you can also see in the position that Flip is doing worse on Vertigo. Position 7 versus Marsh in 5th. But here we go, Flipped on the final straight of the match. Has crossed the finish line, will have to dot done here, and does so. Oh, he started the timer late. Whatever, dot done with a time of 44:23. And there's a dot done by MarshMaster. 44:45, so that's 22 seconds later. So I have no idea who won. Woo! Cheer for the racers, for you don't know who is the one to cheer for. Is this Void Stranger? What? It is. Does it not sound like Void Stranger? So who won? I don't know. I would love to know. Our number crunchers in the background with the most monitors in history, or whatever Mr. Beast said. They're figuring it out. He said something really stupid. It was like, oh man, it's the most cameras watching contestants in any game show ever, or something like that. What do I do now? Do I invite them and then go like, hey, congratulations on finishing the race. Here's your opponent who also finished the race. We can have a look at the coming up races. As we listen to some more relaxing music near. We can see in just over 6 hours we're gonna have Release versus the Whitley, and shortly after, too shortly, some might say. Actually, I shouldn't say that because it's Release and the Whitley's fault for scheduling theirs at the half hour. So at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, Release versus the Whitley. Half an hour later on Noob versus Okami of Games. And that's all matches for today. One of those Wizard 2 match, Wizard 1. What happened? Wait, didn't we have like a Lizard 1 match? Is that the one that was cancelled? I remember being all excited because someone's gonna get owned today. I guess that didn't happen. What did I get excited for? MarshMaster is in the waiting room. Should I let him in? Oh, that was the morning? That was the 3 p.m. or whatever match? Did that happen? Let me check. It happened. And I cannot tell you who won. Because it's a vodcast. Well, I got both of them waiting, but I'll let them in and I'll immediately tell them I cannot say who won. Secret, I would have to kill you. Oh.
Hello, hello.
Hi. I cannot tell you who won. It's a secret.
Hello.
Ah.
Yeah, it is a mystery.
It is yeah, like I said earlier, racers are required to have a mystery, otherwise they will be disqualified. Both of you have a mystery right now. Who won?
Well, that gives us an advantage over the other racers then, I guess.
Yeah, we're just gonna leave it like this so you keep the mystery.
So I guess just both of us race both the winner and loser bracket for
Yeah.
this particular match.
Yeah, it's like it's like in bowling when you get a strike. It's not really clear how many points you have for that frame yet. It like gets inserted later. So in this case, you just play all the matches from now on that either one of you would play, and then we're gonna like rearrange everything afterwards after it's clear which one of you won.
Sounds exciting.
So tell me about the game. Motorstorm. It's a kind of a PlayStation exclusive series. I heard one of you played like the PS3 one?
Yeah, I played a long time ago. Must have been when it came out. So, yeah, all I remembered was you can explode.
Yeah, we saw that a
which-
bunch.
Yeah, I did do a lot of exploding.
So did I, yep.
I saw on at least some of your, like, sometimes an enemy would explode and like take you with them.
Oh,
Or at least that's what it looked like.
Oh yeah, Well, I got run over. Like, I started to think, should I just wait for
Yeah.
a second to make sure that I'm in last? Because I kept getting run over and I just couldn't predict when someone was coming up behind me. Did you get run over at all, MarshMaster?
Several times, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the dump truck especially. That thing's
Oh,
huge.
yeah, some of those were massive.
Yeah, what kind of race has both bikes and huge trucks in it?
It just doesn't seem safe, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, I did enjoy the boosting. I felt like there was the kind of ice mechanic, which I hadn't quite figured out how to telegraph, like, where the ice was.
Oh, if it was ice or
But
snow.
Yeah, it would, like... I couldn't also tell how much of a difference it made to boosting when you were kind of iced up.
It seemed to me like when there was like the cold effect, your boost cooled down more quickly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I wasn't really able to see beyond that how to utilize that better than just holding the boost button the entire time.
So were you tapping? Were you kind of like right on the edge all the time, nearly exploding?
Basically,
like
yeah.
a Schrodinger's truck? Like, are
Mhm.
you gonna explode? Who knows?
Yep. I'll have that beeping sound in my nightmares.
Yeah, it's quite a funny beep sound when you're about to explode.
Mhm.
Sadly, we didn't hear any of it because I had to mute the audio because of all the music.
I did think that. I wondered if
I turned it on for like 3 seconds and it was immediately Queens of the Stone Age. Yeah, no. We're not playing Queens of the Stone Age on this channel, I think.
did we get some nice rainwave tracks
Yeah,
instead?
got some nice ones. One thing I want to like focus on is the reset button. How did that work? Were you able to reset at any time?
Yeah. Yeah,
For
but
me,
sorry, MarshMaster, you go.
go ahead after you.
I just felt like sometimes if I was in the air, it didn't respond. So like, I don't know if it was an out of bounds thing, but there were a few times when I tried to reset and I just couldn't, and I basically had to wait to like go out of bounds or explode.
Yeah, it seemed inconsistent for me as well.
Maybe there's like a detection. If it knows you're about to crash or go out of bounds, it doesn't let you. I don't know, because that's the theory crafting I was doing the entire time. I'm almost convinced if the button works most of the time, that smart usage of the reset button can win you this race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did feel like every time I exploded, I wanted to reset, but I was just too slow.
Yeah,
So-
and then when you explode, you gotta wait like 3 seconds until the prompt appears.
Yeah, waiting through
Yeah.
that slow cutscene was not a fun time.
I love the fact that you come back as like a ghost. I don't really know why. I guess you're invulnerable, but it's such a funny like ghost bike. So I guess we're just gonna stay lizards with a silent L. Like
Izzards.
lizards.
With lizards.
But yeah, overall I thought it was fun, and I don't really understand what the difference between the freestyle mode is and the normal mode, but I quite liked the tracks. They had like lots of cool little shortcuts and
I think
Yeah.
there's like a stunt element to it, right? Maybe in freestyle. I remember in the PS3 game that I had, there was something about stunts.
yeah, I kept trying to see if I could do a backflip, but I couldn't. I really wanted to do like a full 360 backflip.
Yeah, I did occasionally possibly lose time trying to go for the rule of cool. The cooler you are, the faster you go.
Well, it cools down your boost meter.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe in like Mario Kart, where you can do tricks off ramps to get a little boost.
Mm. I kept trying to work out if there was a Mario Kart style like starting boost, but I don't think there was.
Oh yeah, that's a good point about kind of arcadey racers like this.
Hmm.
Yeah, I wasn't able to find a timing that seemed to give any advantage at the start.
Oh, we still don't have a result. Is the weight killing you? Do you get nervous when 3 people in the race are already finished and you're still going?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For me, though, I was nervous when I was getting close to the end and no one had finished.
Me too.
It's
Yeah,
almost...
I was like, wait, do I have to win these races? Because I'm pretty sure the pastebin said you don't need to win the races. And suddenly I was like, did I read that wrong? Is it you do have to win the races?
One noob who submitted this did join commentary for a little while and said he considered adding a rule that you're not allowed to come in last, but I don't think that was even an issue for any of you. The worst placement I saw was like 5th or 7th or something.
I
Yeah,
may
I
have
found-
come... Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I found sometimes I would get stuck in the middle and then no one would appear. It was almost like everybody in front had already gone and everybody behind had just got stuck or something. And I'd just be in the kind of this dead middle of the ranking.
Yeah, I experienced that same thing. I was going to say earlier, I think that I may have come in last on the very first race because I was still kind of figuring things out.
Mm. It's funny though, it's such a different game to the last one I played.
Oh yeah,
Which,
what
guess-
did you play?
I played Tang Tang.
Tang,
which
yeah.
It was really fun.
Oh, I looked up an image because I didn't see it. It looked kind of Solomon's Key-like.
Yeah, that's what Moonware said. Because you can place down the blocks, but it had this strange shooting mechanic. But very different to arcade racer with people running me over.
I mean, that's nice, right? If you always get... There was some times that people got only puzzle games, and I can see the frustration in that. So getting like a kind of puzzly platformer and then a fast-paced racing game, I think that's a pretty good mix.
Yeah, no, I'm really glad. I've not seen any N64 games, but I like that that's an omen that they could appear at any time.
Still no result.
Can't wait for the Mario 64 blind race in Mystery Tournament top 8.
Oh yeah, it's gotta happen. Are you racing in the tournament this year, Maurice?
Nope. I am going to be very busy, very away. I'm going to Japan for 3 months in a month.
Oh wow. That's very exciting. That's a very good reason
Yeah.
not to be playing games.
I am a little worried because I'm still in Kuso, so I don't know how that's gonna work, but I will have a laptop with me, I guess. And then just not... I'll just try not to get a game that you need a joystick for. Return got 2 Batman games and 1 Spider-Man game. It's like that meme where the Spider-Mans point at each other, but 2 of them are Batman.
Tang Tang wasn't Japanese, but the first game that got drawn that the pastebin had mysteriously disappeared for was a Japanese game. And I felt like in that moment I wish I was better at reading Japanese. So maybe when you come back you'll be even more advanced.
I can read like all the katakana, obviously, and then like hiragana, probably not. There's a low
Yeah.
chance.
Or if you can read it, maybe the meaning is a whole other problem. I mean, most menu buttons are katakana anyway.
Yeah, like half, I would say. The more modern a game is, the more katakana it will have.
Mm.
My understanding is that the more retro ones actually do have most of the text in hiragana.
Yeah, because they can't like display the kanji.
Mm. Mhm.
I do prefer
Oh, yeah, I
kanji
never
for
thought
this because like it's easy to know the meaning for a kanji without having to figure out like where the word starts in hiragana.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
you get that, like a wall of text.
Yeah, without spaces in Japanese, it's a lot easier when you have kanji to break up the different
Yeah.
words.
Hmm. I feel like now I want to see a Japanese typing game in Mystery Tournament. But it wouldn't. You just need to type the stuff fast. But yeah, I think there is like a Pokemon typing game in hiragana.
I mean, how did typing of the dead work in Japanese? Is it just English texts? Surely you're not
That's a good
typing
question.
hiragana, right?
I don't know the answer to that question, but I do know that Romaji is an option. Basically, English characters.
Yeah.
That would make sense. Yeah, I was just thinking, I have a keyboard for my Dreamcast. Could I play the Japanese version to, like, get better at typing out words? So if Romaji's an option, maybe I can. Have you had any typing games in Mystery Tournament?
There's one that I can think of right now. It was kind of a freeware, almost Flash, but probably not Flash. But I don't think it was in Mystery Tournament, just because I don't think we're gonna have a typing game. It's not a skill set we define as fair or something.
Yeah, that makes sense. Some people are much faster typers.
We did like blind race typing of the dead though.
Oh, great. That sounds really fun.
Just
Wasn't
as-
there also? Sorry, wasn't there also that bullet hell typing game?
Oh yeah,
The
text
The
assist.
assist. Yeah,
Story of Baba or something, Ribba or something.
I have
Um,
never seen this. What?
Pretty good.
Biblia, I think.
Pretty good. Like the music.
Yeah.
But then it just overuses the Latin gimmick, and I don't want to type Latin.
That's fair.
Exuna says he got Epi Story in Steam Tourney. Oh yeah, I remember Epi Story. You were like riding on a wolf, on a fox. Yeah, I remember this.
I did really enjoy the hidden object game at the start of MT19, which I guess feels like the kind of similar reflexes thing, but
Yeah, I Spy
yeah, I
Castle.
couldn't- Yeah, I Spy Castle, the dragon sword.
The
It was
dragon
down
sword,
in the moat the
Wait.
whole time.
which calls the dragon. Usually you would think a dragon sword gets rid of dragons, but no.
Yeah, that was really fun. Is the next match tomorrow?
The next match is in 6 hours.
Hmm.
Not quite tomorrow, but also not quite today for me. Depends where you live. But yeah, I mean, let me just be blunt here. You two fucked up things pretty badly. First, one of you like takes a while, and then the other like fast forwards and also takes a while, and then rebinds. And Jesus, you're not making it easy for the poor guy.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, that was my bad. It's totally okay that MarshMaster stepped away, and then somehow I put my controller down on my lap, and then my game starts fast forwarding.
It's PPSSPP, just has like stupid default binds. Like R2 is mapped to the save state menu or something, and tab apparently is bound to fast forward. Who does that?
Yeah. And I'd even gone into the binds at the start of the race because I was like, oh, there's going to be something stupid. But I clearly didn't look all the way through every binding.
It's not really... It happened to me as well. I think this was the top 8 qualifying match last time or something, which was also a PSP game. Oh, wait. MarshMaster has exactly 1 minute retime. Flipped dealt with some emulator issues, about 36 seconds. So the difference is 24 seconds. Anyway, the call is... The race is too close to call, and this race will be annulled. That's the
I guess that
official...
means Sorry. I guess that means we both win because we get to play another game.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Right now?
I mean,
It's
I'm
up to you
available
two.
right now.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
more
Alrighty.
race. Well then, I'm gonna have to shoo you out of here, so we can get set up with the next match between you again.
Alrighty, sounds good.
Yeah, thanks for joining, by the way.
Thanks for streaming. Thanks for commentating.
Yeah. Sorry for fucking up.
No, it's fine. I was being extreme on purpose.
Okay.
Well, good luck, Flipped.
Yeah. Good luck, MarshMaster.